Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Director Wray, for 25 years, I was a prosecutor. I worked closely with FBI agents. They are bright, hardworking, dedicated professionals, and it was an honor to work with them. But I'm deeply concerned about revelations concerning corruption in the past leadership of the FBI. I'm particularly troubled with the FBI's treatment of investigative journalists like Cheryl Atkinson. When the FBI spies on journalists, it undermines the integrity of our government and it tarnishes the badge. In early 2011, Cheryl Atkinson began reporting on Fast and Furious, where the Obama ATF recklessly allowed illegal gun sales and watched as straw purchasers walked guns across the Mexican border straight into the hands of drug cartels. Atkinson exposed the scandal and the fact that the illegal guns were found at several crime scenes, including where U.S. Border Patrol agent Brian Terry was murdered. For her work on Fast and Furious, Atkinson received an Edward R. Murrow Award, an Emmy Award, and an Investigative Reporting Award. Another Atkinson story involves Solyndra, a solar company involving an Obama donor. Obama Energy Secretary Chu approved more than $500 million in taxpayer loans to Solyndra. Chu ignored Treasury's legal guidance and put the rights of private investors above taxpayer interests. When Solyndra went bankrupt, taxpayers lost $528 million. The administration sought to delay Solyndra's layoff announcement until after the 2010 election. Ms. Atkinson also covered Obama's Benghazi cover-up. Thanks to her, we know Secretary of State Hillary Clinton ignored the warning signs. As allies were withdrawing from Libya, we did not. We know 4 Americans died waiting in vain for our government to send help. We know Susan Rice, Hillary Clinton, and Bed Rhodes then lied, blaming the attack on a video. Atkinson was nominated for an Emmy for her Benghazi reporting. Director Wray, you and I are public officials. Media criticism comes with the job. Some criticism may be unfair. In fact, much of the criticism may be unfair, but a free press is indispensable to our republic. America is better because of Cheryl Atkinson and investigative journalists. The American people deserve to know the truth about their government, including with respect to Fast and Furious, Solyndra, and Benghazi. So did the Obama administration thank Cheryl Atkinson for her work? Did the White House recognize her for keeping the public informed and holding government accountable? Did President Obama present her with a Presidential Medal of Freedom? No. Using a highly politicized FBI, the administration spied on her. And that's what small-minded people do. Government emails show the Obama White House plotted to silence her stories. After suspicious incidents involving her home internet, computers, and phones, Atkinson hired a forensic computer expert who determined she was hacked by an IP address used by the FBI to conduct domestic surveillance, and that spyware proprietary to the federal government and several classified files had been inserted on her computer. CBS News, Ms. Atkinson's employer, undertook a second forensic exam confirming those conclusions. Former government officials, including one from the FBI, later admitted that they took part in this illegal surveillance. When confronted with the facts, Atkinson did what a good investigative journalist does. She sought the truth. As a last resort, she sued DOJ and the FBI in search of justice. Did the FBI come clean and admit what happened? No. They engaged in delay tactics, prompting federal Judge James Wynn, an Obama appointee, to write a scathing rebuke of the government's conduct. I am short on time, so I will forward to your office several written questions for response. Basically, I'm interested in knowing whether the FBI was ever directed to obtain information about investigative journalists by the Obama White House, including for purposes of creating or maintaining an enemies list. Has the FBI ever attempted to retrieve data from any electronic device used by Cheryl Atkinson, James Rosen, or any journalist with the Associated Press? In each instance where that occurred, I would like it if the FBI would identify what legal authority such actions took place. Director Wray, the FBI must put restrictions in place to prevent an administration, regardless of party, from using the FBI for political purposes. If you do not act to expose past abuses by the FBI, I believe it will be very difficult to receive congressional support for your priorities like FISA or preventing online platforms from blocking information from law enforcement. And I yield back.